Jeez, man. Facebook make things so hard sometimes. My. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your patience. My Lord, I'm telling you, Facebook is cutting up. They do not want to eat. They do not want to make this thing easy for us at all. But anyway, my name is Misha Lee. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Yolanda. It is time for your morning moja. But while you wait, remember these things. This is going to be real short, sweet, and to the point because I am not having to wait for a lot of things, but I gotta wait. I gotta work on my weight. So the first thing I want to say to you, of course, this is John P. Key in the background. Make sure that you tag somebody in this post, share this post on your page. And for all of you guys that are always sharing everything that I have, you're always liking and commenting. I just want to let you know I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the bomb. Make sure that you go and follow me on YouTube as The Misha Lee. So while you wait, remember these things. You know, one of the hardest things for any of us to do outside of COVID is to wait. We don't like to wait, not because we don't have the desire to wait, but typically whatever it is that you're waiting for, you want it and need it like right now. You expect if you can get it the moment you ask for it, then you be good. So the weight just kind of draws out that desire and it kind of draws out and it weighs on the fact that you really need something and that you really want something. So I want you to think about these things because most of us right now find that we are in a waiting period, whether you're waiting to go back to work, whether you're waiting on your stimulus check, whether you're waiting on your unemployment, you're waiting on just a change in life period. We're all waiting for something. But in the middle of that wait, during that wait, something is growing, something is being built. You know, I thought about this yesterday when I was walking with my niece. She's in the process of having a baby. She's currently in labor now. If the baby ain't got here yet. And her watching her go through this process reminded me of how life is and the things that we are believing for. When we first get that word that we're getting ready to have a baby, or the first time that somebody tell you, oh, you were really good at this, or the first time that God give you a vision, or the first time that you have a dream about something, or the first time that you have an ideal about something that you can do, build, create, or whatever, you get super excited. I mean, that's one of those times when you just really ready to turn up. You're excited about it. You see it. You're like, yeah, I can do this. I can make this amount of money. I can make this amount of change. I can help this amount of people. So you get really, really excited about what the potential of the particular thing that you're believing for, waiting for. You get excited about that thing. It just makes you so excited and you're happy about it. And so your expectancy is huge. You expect it to come through, especially if it's something that you know that you're good at, whether it's a gift town or whatever. You're super excited about that thing. You're really excited about it. And during the excitement, it helps you start dreaming about it. You start figuring out how you're going to do it. You start plotting your course out. You start plotting everything out so you'll know that you'll go exactly and do everything according to the book because you want to make sure that you get exactly what you need. My phone is blowing up. I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn this ringer off. But so you're super excited about what is about to come to you or what has been promised to you. Now, sometimes you get afraid. If you're an overthinker, if you're somebody who's never had anything positive happen to you the way on that level, sometimes it'll make you a little fearful. You'll get a little intimidated. You might even think, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if this is what I'm trying to do right now, because you look at what you may have seen other people go through, or you might look at the possibilities that you might fail. So your logical mind will think you out of your blessing. Let me tell you something. Number one, remember this. While you're waiting, don't let your logical mind think you out of your blessing, because if you let your mind think you out of your blessing, you're going to miss the whole point of everything that you're going to suffer through, all the pain, everything that you're going to go through. Because here's the thing, whether you accept it or not, once you have that, once that seed has been planted in you, once that dream comes, once that vision comes, You still gonna go through the process. See, that's when we think we don't. We think that if we abort the process, or that if we cut it off, that we're not gonna go through. Oh, you gonna go through regardless. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. But it's how you wait. It's how you decide to go through. Some of you will get. Some of us have, and I know I have had things told me. Oh, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be this. I see you doing this, or the opportunities come, and I completely think myself out of it. I mean, I literally would logically word line upon line, precept upon precept, think myself completely out of that thing. And by the time I done completely thought myself out of it, and I gave up, I done completely aborted that thought. I said, you know what, that ain't what I'm finna do. I find myself 5, 10, 15 years later dealing with that exact thing that I thought I had got rid of. But because I didn't take it and try to see what it was that God wanted me to do with it, I didn't do the right thing by it. I completely found myself in a place where, whether you accept it or not, you still go through that process. You still have to deal with some measure of residual of that particular thing. So the best thing for you to do is to make a decision, make a wise decision. If you truly don't want to do it, if it's truly something you don't want to do, still walk yourself through that process so you'll understand what it is you're supposed to get out of it anyway. Because at the end of the day, I just do not believe that God, our Heavenly Father, the higher power, will give you anything or put it in your heart that something is supposed to be, and it's not a possibility for it to work out. A lot of times, the reason that it doesn't work out for us is because of us. It's not because of Him, not because of other people, but it's because of us. So remember, you can either get excited about it or get fearful about it. But either way you go, you have to figure out what it is you need to do. And the key thing to that particular part is, don't think yourself out of your blessing. Number 3, now at some point you start enjoying it. You're like, okay, I'm excited about what's going on. I'm excited about the possibilities. I'm excited about this business. I'm working on. I'm excited about that. I've been doing so well. I'm getting ready to get a promotion. And so you real focus on this. You're super hyped. You've been doing all the things you're supposed to do. You got everything in order. And then COVID hit. And then what? You laid off. Everything is on hold. You furloughed. You blocked out of opening up your salon, blocked out of opening up your barbershop. You can't go to work. And then if you do try to go to work, like literally in North Carolina, they're giving you $1,000 fine. And I heard that you're serving 7 days in jail. I'm not trying to go to nobody's jail. So you have all this stuff that you have to look at yourself and say, okay, now I'm in this process. This is something I've been doing. It was going well. Everything was going fine. And then you hit a roadblock. What do you do when you hit that roadblock? Good morning, Carlos and Regina and Michael. What do you do when you hit that roadblock? What do you do when you're in that space where it seems like you're not making any progress, where it seems like that no matter what you do, you always end up back at square one? And I told you guys last week, I do sometimes in between me needing to decompress and maybe just kind of take a moment to just kind of get my mind off of what I'm doing. I play like little video games, like Candy Crush and, some of the little games that we have on our phones. But I always try to play games that challenge my critical thinking. I always try to play those type of games. And one thing that I found out is that when you're in the process of doing something and you've done it this way, 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 and it's still not working, 9 times out of 10, you need to take a step back. You need to reroute, rethink some things. You need to knock out all those walls that you done put up that keep taking you down that same road, and take responsibility and say, okay, what can I do to make it different? Because in your business, like right now, there's nothing you can do about the fact that you're out of work. Now, clearly, you can do what you want to do, especially if you're a beauty professional, not judging anybody. But there's some limits that's been set for you, and there's some barriers that's been put up that's beyond your control. So instead of constantly trying to go against those barriers, take a step back and look and say, how can I make this work? How can I finesse this situation to make it work for my good? How do I put this whole situation in perspective so that I can move forward and stay on course with what I got going on, and stay on course with my, when it comes to my goals, my levels of achievement that I'm trying to have. So make sure that you don't overwork yourself and get yourself all weirded out and stressed out, because what happened is you'll find yourself butting heads and doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. You weary. And the Bible clearly tells you don't grow weary in well doing. You'll get weary and then you'll quit. And you quitting isn't going to make something else easier. Remember, you quitting this is not going to make the next thing easier. Because typically, when you quit, you quitting because of something. It just looks hard. I'm not going to do it. You actually have to take a reduction when you move on to the next thing, because the next thing might not be hard in the same area, but it's going to be hard somewhere. Because everything that I found that we do, everything that I watch, and when I see people do, every hardship is trying to work something out in you, or every hardship gives you a benefit on the other end. I always say this, and I'll always believe it. When you hurt, struggle, or when you're in lack in one area, it's working something else out that's going to work out for your good in the long run. So that's number 4. And the closer that you get to the solution, the closer that you get to that one little thing. When you guys reopen and you take off out the gate, you're going to be doing hair 16, 12 hours a day, going to be slam packed. When you take off out the gate, when you get that close, you're gonna feel yourself getting closer. It's gonna get feel a little bit more challenging. It's gonna feel, number one, you've been doing it for so long. Number two, you've had to overcome so many obstacles. And so you're worn down in a lot of spaces. But what I found is that exactly that weakness that you have physically and mentally is exactly what God needs from us, so he can move in those areas. Because you got to remember this. These are promises and gifts and inclinations and things he's put in our heart. You didn't just magically wake up and say, oh, this. I mean, some of us do, because some things I magically wake up and say, this is what I want to do. But I always find out that even if I think that that's what I thought, it was something that was planted in me, that's going to benefit something else that I'm doing, or something straight from God. Why this one piece of hair just want to act wrong? I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know my hairstylist, so it can't be wrong. I'm not going to do that. So last but not least, understand this, that the labor that you go through, the work that you put into it, those minutes that you put into it might feel like days. Those hours might feel like months, and those days might feel like years. Regardless of how much time you put in it, you have to believe that the initial planting, it's always good. We always enjoy the when it comes to us. We always enjoy when a good thought comes to us. We're excited. We turn on. We're telling everybody about, oh, I'm getting ready to open my business. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do this. I got this level of expectation. You just balloon celebration and everything. Well, I'm going to have this much, I'm going to have this much. And when you get close to those levels, when you get close to accomplishing those levels, it may get a little bit difficult. It may seem prolonged, but you have to hold on and be steadfast. This is a very trying time for all of us, very, very difficult time for many of us. And for some of us, it's far more difficult than it is others. But I just want to encourage you today to remember that while you wait, to remember that part of what you're going through, the hurt, the pain, the lack. Oh my God, the lack is so unbearable sometimes. It's so unbearable sometimes when you can't get your simple needs met. It seems like you're going to fall apart. And I'm going to tell you something. You're going to always have an opportunity to stray off course. You're going to always have an opportunity presented to you where you clearly know, well, I easily can make this happen. But you have to remember, is that particular choice going to give you what you need in the long run? Or is it just going to give you one more thing on your conscience? Is it going to give you one more thing that you're going to have to battle with? Is it going to put you in a whole nother situation that you later on you're going to have to battle with that situation and try to figure that out? Especially when it comes to people. Especially when it comes to people. Things you can kind of finesse, but when it comes to people, should I talk to this person? Should I deal with this person? Should I open the door to this opportunity? What do I need to do? Because once you begin to involve other people in your situations, you open up a whole nother can of worms. So be very careful and cautious and thoughtful as you move forward and make these choices in this time of your waiting, because you won't wait forever. This too shall pass. I keep telling y'all this. This too shall pass, and that's in every area of life. Good morning. Hey, Darrell, how you doing? This too shall pass, and when it passes, you'll be able to look back and you'll be able to appreciate all the loyalty and faithfulness and the steadfastness that you gave to your vision and to your dream and to your ideal and what you believe. You'll be able to appreciate It'll make you cherish and appreciate it because you went through so much to get it. You had to wait so long to get just that little bit. It's surprising just when you wait so long to get just a little bit of gain, that little bit of gain will feel like it's a year's worth of success. So listen, guys, be encouraged. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on Monday. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sharing, liking my post. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And as always, no weapon wins. Trust me, no weapon wins. The only thing you got to do is believe, stay focused, and don't give up. It's not supposed to get easy all the time. Sometimes it'll get hard before it get better. But just don't give up. Stay your course. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.